In February 2026, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth designated the AI company Anthropic a national security supply chain risk, effectively banning their technology from all federal agencies. The ban was the result of a failed contract negotiation. Anthropic refused to allow the military to use its models for mass domestic surveillance of American citizens, a red line the company would not cross. The military responded by launching Operation Epic Fury the next morning. They deployed the banned models anyway for intelligence and target analysis in Iran, proving that this specific AI capability had become an operational necessity they could not function without. For decades, internet users were protected by practical obscurity. Because a manual, human-led investigation to unmask an individual cost hundreds of dollars and days of expert labor, mass surveillance was economically impossible. Early 2026 research proved that large language models, powerful AI systems trained on massive datasets to process and generate human language, have automated the investigative process. These systems can now unmask an anonymous user for just a single dollar. The collapse of online anonymity was driven by economics, a catastrophic drop in the cost of automated surveillance that turned every public comment into an identifiable data point. This automation is handled by the ESRC framework, a mechanized digital forensics pipeline, standing for Extract, Search, Reason, and Calibrate. The pipeline begins with Extract. The AI scans posts for semantic crumbs, like freeways, pediatric nurse, or vegan. In the search phase, it converts these crumbs into a high-dimensional vector embedding. This coordinate fires into a database of millions, instantly snapping to the nearest match. Legacy defenses like Anonymity, a privacy technique that hides records by making them indistinguishable from a larger group, fail against this. Natural language is too complex to be generalized. The specific way you combine your professional jargon with your personal hobbies is unique to you. Every word you type contributes to a semantic fingerprint that identifies you as a specific individual. The third phase is reason. The AI uses high-effort test-time compute, allocating more processing power during the task to improve logical depth, to evaluate a short list of candidates and spot the subtle contextual overlaps a human would miss. To test this accuracy, researchers targeted the site Hacker News. They stripped names and handles from thousands of posts to see if the AI could link anonymous tech comments back to the user's real-world LinkedIn profiles. The results were staggering. The LLM approach successfully re-identified 67% of targets with 90% precision. A similar experiment in movie communities proved identifiability scales with shared data. Sharing opinions on 10 or more films jumped the AI's recall rate to nearly 50%. Even in the Anthropic interviewer dataset, where scientists' transcripts were explicitly redacted to protect their privacy, the AI was able to recover identities with 82% precision by cross-referencing interview topics with published scientific papers. Redacting specific names is a useless defense when an AI can logically reconstruct your identity from the negative space left behind in your writing. Users have tried to counter this by using AI to rewrite their posts or by injecting fake details into their profiles. However, these methods fail against deep word frequency analysis, which identifies users based on these subconscious patterns of how they use common words. The policy reaction was immediate. The OECD officially classified this LLM capability as an AI incident because it violates fundamental human rights to privacy on a global scale. This returns us to the Pentagon's demand for any lawful use of these models. In the age of AI, that is a demand for an unblockable information microscope capable of unmasking anyone, anywhere. The collapse of anonymization under the GDPR, Europe's primary data protection law, could force a complete rewrite of the internet. If text can be re-identified for $3, platforms can no longer legally claim that user data is anonymized. With no technical countermeasures left, the only viable defense is data minimization. If you do not want an opinion linked to your real identity, your only option is to not post it. The distinction between your online pseudonym and your real-world identity has been permanently erased, turning the entire internet into a permanent forensic record.